Hi guys, today on Robot Hacking Tips, I would like to show you an interactive way to tune a PID from this small rotary panel. If you're ready, let's get started. Elecrow team has sent me these two rotary panels for product review. This first one is 1.28 inch and the second one is 2.1 inch. The panel is made based on ESP32 with touchscreen, rotary encoder and push button. And the price for this one is not too expensive. You can check it out on Elecrow website. For the bigger one, 2.1 inch, the back is bare open. It has push button and rotary encoder similar with the small one. The price is a little bit more higher but still affordable. Today I will just focus on this small one and I will design the screen for PID tuner, and let's look on the code. If you go to the Elecrow wiki page and select this 1.28 inch rotary display, it will tell you all the information from specification, schematics diagram, and sample codes for Arduino IDE. If you are using Arduino IDE, you can go to their GitHub repository and download it to your PC. But if you are a fan of VS Code and Platform IO, you better to check on my video. There is some tips that I would like to share with you guys. You can download the sample code for Platform IO from my GitHub repo here. I put a factory program similar to Elecrow wiki, and there is a note that you can be following along. Once you clone it to your computer, here is the folder structure inside. Let's first start with the factory program. We just click on Platform IO icon, click on Open and Open Project. Then navigate to the directory of the project. Inside the Elecrow Rotary panel, we can go to each project. I will select the factory program, then click Open. On platform.io.ini files, we specify a custom board which we have the boards folder of the JSON files. This is the ESP32 board for the panel. Then we specify the build flags as following and the dependencies we need. Inside the SRC folder, there is a bunch of UI files which from original program. I didn't make it, just copy and paste it here. One more important thing is under .pio folder, libdeps, and the board name, we should copy and paste the lvconfig.h header file in here. This file is also from original program, so when you make new project, you will need to copy and paste it every time. Once you compile and build the project, here is what the screen look like. So it has three options to control volume, temp, and light. We can use touchscreen to change the value, press return to go back, or use the rotary encoder to change the value in step. It's working for both touchscreen and encoder. Before we going too far, here I made another program called Rotary Panel Boilerplate, which is like a template. You can learn how to get encoder count, get touchscreen value, or read the button press. The platform io.ini file is pretty much same as before, and inside the SRC folder, there is only main.cpp and cst816d.cpp and header files, and there is no UI files related yet. Inside the main.cpp, we just include all the necessary headers and define all the pins for this ESP32. There are functions to draw static UI, display encoder value, button state and touch value, and just an extra to draw the marker where we touch on the screen. Then there are event handler for encoder, button, and touchscreen. Next is the setup, which is most of the time always like this. Even new program, you don't need to change this, but just add for the UI later. And on the loop, we just keep polling each of the event handler because this program is not too complicated, so we don't separate the threads to handle that. Then we just click on build to compile and upload the program. Here how it looks like for the boilerplate program. We can turn the encoder, then value will be updated on the screen, so we can track how many steps it rotates. And when we press the button, it will show press, then show release when release it. If we touch on this rectangle area, it will show the marker where we touch it. and show the coordinates of the screen. So this simple boilerplate is a good starting point for someone who wants to know how to control each of the panel functions. Next, we're going to design the UI, and pretty much recommend to watch the Elecrow tutorial series. It's quite helpful for first time you play with this device. First, you need to download the software called SquareLine Studio. You can have a free trial for 30 days. It's available for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. But from my experience, I have a hard time making it work on Linux computer. It has some bugs with my Ubuntu 2004 version. Also, I tried with a bit old Windows 10 laptop. It crashed many times, so I need to use more decent Windows desktop to make this work. So please keep in mind if you would see this problem. Once it opens up, you create new project with Arduino with TFT ESPI, then on project setting, just follow along with this setup. Here I have already made 3 screens for P, I, and D, just look pretty much the same, but with different label. On screen 1, the label 1 is this P text, and arc 1 is for adjusting the value, and the send button to send value on UART port. And same components for both screen 2 and 3. On the send button, we need to add event, so when it's released, send press function will be called, and same for other send buttons as well. On the arc, it has event. When the value change, the p arc change function will be called, and same for arc of I and arc of D as well. And that's it. We just press export UI files, and select the folder to store the UI files. Here are the files that exported. We will need to copy these files to the project src folder, same with the factory program. Back to the platform IO, I open the project name PID knob test. The platform IO.ini file is same as before. We don't need to change anything. And as I mentioned earlier, you need to copy the lvconfig.h file into here. Inside the src folder, here are all of the UI files we exported earlier. Also, you need to copy this cst816d files into your new project every time. Inside the main.cpp, you can start from the boilerplate code. Just copy and paste it here because 90% of the code is always same. Here we have the UI send PID values function to send the value via UART, and a function to handle screen change and get value from the arc, and update arc when encoder change. Inside setup, it's the same as before, but this time we need to call UI init and the LV related functions and events. Inside the loop, there are handlers of encoder and button and the LV timer handler. Then just click on build to compile and upload program to the board. And here is the PID tuner knob. We can change the PID value by touch on the arc, or we can rotate the encoder to move it one step, and press the button to change screen, and we can adjust the value with arc and encoder. Then I use this cable that comes with the panel and this USB UART converter and plug it at the back of the panel. Then we can read the PID data back to our computer. Here I made a simple Python UART parser so we can use a scale to make PID value much higher precision. Then we just print it out on the screen for this moment. So we can tune to the value we want, then press send, and you will see it prints out on this terminal. Right now the scale is 0.1. Later you can feed these PID values to any of your system to make your tuning process much smoother and more interactive. And that is today's robot hacking tips. If you like this kind of video, don't forget to press like and share buttons. Thank you for watching and see you soon.